I've started to do the re-tile job on my bathroom. It's 5 foot by 10. It's just basic little bathroom. Fiberglass tub and shower, you know. Same old stuff, you see them. Okay, one thing on the toilet. The toilet has a water trap, keeps the sewer gases coming up, so obviously you flush the toilet. And then you should plunge the toilet with a plunger to get rid of that water in the trap. Otherwise, when you pull it up, it's going to slosh around. And it still will slosh a little bit, even after you plunge it. But just be advised. Okay, the next thing we have to do is, where are we going to start the layout? Well, I'm going to go against the tub. And I want that tile to finish parallel to the door jamb down here, and I want it to stop under the door when the door is closed. That's kind of old school, how we did it in the old days. Still done, but you see various thresholds and various treatments at the transition from one floor covering to another. Mine's going to be vinyl out here in the hall, and I'm going to ramp up with some sort of filler material so it does not create a trip and fall. Okay, so I have measured. I took the door stop. This is a door stop. It's just easier to measure from the right side and left side. Measured a arbitrary number that's away from the tile by about 2.5 inches, 3 inches, whatever. And I measured this here, and I measured over here. And then I drew a faint red line. That's my reference line. Now, the tub is fiberglass. It is not straight at the bottom. And it kind of has a little bit of a curve right here. And this tile has been cut and fit. It fits nice. The tile joint will look great, the grout, And so what we do is we set the uncut tile up there. First you establish which end, where you're going to start, and how much you have to remove. So you do have to assess the whole line of the tub, because you've got this line, this reference line all the way across. Here you go around obviously, but you got to draw it on the other side of the closet flange. And then you use a compass, and it becomes a scriber. And we use them in carpentry all the time, on anything else. And then you cut that shape, because you've got that tile with this edge parallel to the reference line. And the reference line is parallel to what you want it to be parallel to, which is a door jamb in this case. The right side and the left ends, the right end, the left ends of the tile all have to be cut, because we have adjusted this layout, and the basically all the walls are not parallel, and the tub is not parallel or right angles to the walls. So we, as tile people, the tile people of the universe, we're going to make this look good. Or you can butcher it. You can put like a 1-inch grout joint, and then, hey man, that's close enough, But I'm using 3/16 here, and cut and scribe everything. So I've got this first row established. I actually have all the tile cut and stacked in my living room. I'm just finishing floor coverings on my house, and that's how that's done. So you understand that? Then, same thing. You get that set, and then you would come and scribe the ends, all the ends of all the tiles, both sides. And what I do is I make sure the joints, the next tile is going to be a 3rd lap. But these joints now, these transverse joints, those you want to, after you get the first row established, actually the second row established, then you want to transfer all of these down to the next rows of tiles. so that when you sight this from back here, now this is hard to sight, but other floors you can see, man, they're off. It looks terrible. This you can't, but I made sure that all those are good. And how I do that is I take a straight edge, happens to be a level, straight edge, parallel it, put it right on the grout joint. This joint here, or these new joints, they're going to come up because I'm going to start with a third of the distance tile, you know, and then transfer those on down, because this wall is screwy. This wall, we can't use it. It's not a reference. It's wacky. Okay. So anyway, when you're done, if you get the idea here, when you're done, what you guys have done is established a group of tiles that within their own body are parallel and 90 degrees and look good, and the eye good, and they make the floor look very good. All right, next I'll show you the tools I use. So now here's my little cart I use for the toilet. Yeah, very simple. I just wheel it out, man. Now I can wheel it here. If you got carpet, you're gonna have to put some visqueen down and maybe just carry it out. But you got to sit it on something so that if that wax ring, part of it stays on the toilet, it's not gonna be a problem. Here's what I think is really a great little saw. I have an MK660. Maybe you know what that is, you know. The table slides, but I don't have as much visibility on the cut line as this. This is really good. This is a rigid. It's about a third the price of an MK660. It's a 7-inch blade, so is the MK660. And I think this is better, man. But just buy a really good blade, really good tile blade. And this is a sump over here. And you keep that full of water. It works really good. And then the other thing I use is this offhand grinder. This happens to be a Makita. I have Milwaukee and Makitas. And you get a diamond for tile, not concrete. Concrete has the little grooves to blow out the concrete dust. The tile does not, and the concrete one will chip the tile. This does not chip as much. It still can. You still have to be careful, but this is much better. So get a tile. This has to be 4.5 inch.